Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome everyone to today's live webinar series, A Donor's Perspective. Joining us today is Kara Baldwin, and she's here to share about her experience as an egg donor. My name is Tanya Torres, and I am the Client Services Manager here at Donor Egg Bank USA. So before we get started, we like to encourage everyone that they may submit any questions that they have through our Q&A box. If you go to the bottom of the screen, it should pop up. It's like a little box with a question mark in it. And you have the option to post questions anonymously. You're also welcome, to post with your name, but you do have the option to post anonymously if you desire. You're just going to have to check a box for that. So we will get to your questions at the end of our presentation today, and we hope to get to all of them. Thank you. Okay, so for today, what we're going to discuss is we're going to do a short little overview about who Donor Egg Bank USA is. We're going to welcome Kara, and she's going to share some slides with us about her experience as an egg donor. And we're going to also do a short overview of our financial plans, including our live birth guarantee. And then lastly, our Q&A. So who is Donor Egg Bank USA? Donor Egg Bank USA is the #1 egg bank in the United States. We have frozen donor eggs, and since 2012, we've performed more than 13,000 egg warmings and have helped almost 10,000 families. We have one of the largest catalogs in the industry with 350 plus qualified donors. And we have a team who's always working hard to get more and more added to the database. All of them have received extensive genetic, psychological, and infectious disease screening, well qualified for your treatment. And we also offer our live birth guarantee, which provides peace of mind. It provides you with a full refund or a live birth. And last but not least, we have a team of dedicated family building consultants who are here to help you on learning what the next step is, how to get started, or even if you come back with questions, to answer them so that you feel confident moving forward. Okay, so that was my short and sweet introduction. Kara, welcome. We're so happy to have you, and
Thank you, Tanya.
handing it over to you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Tanya, for the introduction. My name is Kara Baldwin. I am an egg donor, or was an egg donor, I should say. I think I've aged out of that process by now. But I am also the senior manager of our reproductive genetics department for California Cryobank and Donor Egg Bank USA. So when Tanya was talking a bit about the extensive screening that our donors go through to become a Donor Egg Bank USA donor, my team is very much involved in that process with helping to screen for carrier screening for genetic disorders and then also family history assessments. So I get the privilege to not only have been an egg donor, but then also to work with our egg donors, which has been really rewarding for me personally and professionally. A little bit about myself. I went to Marist College. I got my BS in biology. And then I attended Sarah Lawrence College for my master's program in human genetics and genetic counseling. I grew up in Connecticut, but was never really a New Englander deep down inside. I don't like the cold weather very much. So I picked up and moved to California to work for California Cryobank. And then recently, about 3 years ago, my husband and I picked up and moved our little bulldog family over to North Carolina, where we currently live. So pictured here, I am a proud English bulldog mom since I don't have any children of my own currently. And that is my little family at the beach in North Carolina, which we very much enjoy. That's a little bit about me and my background. So today I thought I'd talk a little bit about my journey as an egg donor. Sometimes I think it's helpful to understand who egg donors are, because we are real people who want to help. And so I think kind of sharing the story from the perspective of, somebody who personally, went through this process and knew that they wanted to be an egg donor, is sometimes helpful, and can be a little bit reassuring for people, since I know it's kind of a daunting task to choose an egg donor. So a little bit about my decision to become an egg donor. I first learned about, artificial reproductive technologies like most of us did in high school or college, kind of working through biology classes. And I was a bit of a science nerd, and so really, really enjoyed those types of classes. And I remember kind of sitting in class and learning about how, families can be made through all of these different means, for people who need help doing that. And it really inspired me. I immediately knew, like, this is something I would very much like to be a part of. And then, at that time, I was still a bit too young to actually go through that process. But when I entered graduate school and had the opportunity to do a clinical rotation at a fertility clinic, I just fell in love with it, and got to work with egg donors, got to work with recipients and families, and just knew this is where I belong. This is something I really want to do. So I did it. I signed up to be an egg donor at that fertility clinic that I had actually rotated through for school, and came home and told, my mom and my family, this is what I plan on doing. And through a little bit of education and patience and explaining where my heart was, I had a very supportive family behind me who jumped on board and were just as excited at the end of it as I was. And then same thing with my partners. I had a partner at the time, when I was in graduate school, and he just thought it was such a cool thing that, somebody can help other people have families that need a little extra assistance. And he was super supportive. And then even my now husband, telling your partner when you first meet them, that this is a big part of your life, and that, it doesn't just impact me, it impacts my family as well, since there are children out there that I helped create. It does impact everybody around you, and to make sure that your present partners are just as supportive as your past ones when you were doing this is really important. And I knew my husband was my husband, when I met him and I told him my story, and he was just like, that is so cool. As opposed to kind of, shying away from it or being concerned about what that might mean for our potential family in the future. He just really wholeheartedly jumped right into it with me and was really excited. So you want to go to that next slide? I think I've got a little bit more here about, my story of, that's a little bit how I was brought to egg donation, but talking a little bit about my journey during egg donation. I did participate in a little bit of a different program. It wasn't frozen, it was fresh, because it was about 10, 11 years ago. So a little bit earlier on than when frozen donation became a bit more available in the market. So it was Freshination. I entered the program very much being open to whatever the intended parents wanted regarding contact in a relationship. So I really went in saying, I'm here for you. So this is your journey, and whatever you would like to have regarding that level of contact is the ball's in your court. And it just so happens that I actually matched with a two-dad couple from Germany, who were very much interested in meeting me beforehand. And so we did, and we hit it off, and we had some really wonderful conversations. We went out to lunch. We, got to really know each other before, agreeing to go through with the donation. And then ever since then, we've become really great pen pals, I like to say. And they had their first son in 2015. That second donation, that family really wanted another child. They always knew that their family would be complete when they had two children, one from each of the partners. And so they asked me to participate in a second cycle so that they could make that dream come true. And it was a very, very easy yes for me. So I went through my second cycle to help them have their second, which they did. And they had him just about a year and a half after they had their first one. And then during this time period, I also matched with another two-dad couple from Europe, and they also wanted to meet me beforehand, which we did. We had a lovely conversation, both agreed that this was a good fit. And then, they also went on to have two children of their own. We have a little bit more of a limited relationship and contact. I just know that they've had two successful live births. But other than that, we're a little bit more limited as opposed to the dads in Germany, where we've become really great pen pals. So kind of just nice to be able to show two sides of it. One where I'm, definitely a little bit more brought into the fold with, having pictures and having conversations with those dads, and then having another family where I know that I was able to help them, but they are a little bit more private in that way, which I, love and respect as well. So it's really great to be able to see both of those options happen. So a little bit about my journey and then also how I kind of came into my career. So, being in graduate school, knowing that I was going to be a genetic counselor, and then going through my experience as an egg donor, I just knew that this was the career path that I really wanted. I wanted to continue helping people make their families in whatever way that they needed to be able to make them. And, being here now as, part of the reproductive genetics department for Donor Egg Bank and California Cryobank, I just, I care so deeply about all of the different parties that are involved in being able to make this happen, whether it's the clinical care team, to the donors themselves, to the intended parents and recipient families, to then eventually the goal of the donor conceived persons. I really try to take any decision we make as a company, and as a department. I try to see it from all of those different perspectives, since I've been able to live at least one or two of them from the clinical side and the egg donor side, but also have close relationships with people who are recipients and also have been donor conceived. So having that in the back of my mind really helps serve everything that I do here, for my team and for the company. Overall, I have an incredible amount of respect for the field and what we've been able to do with science, but with the help of people. So really, science is wonderful and brings us so far, but without, the generosity and the love from people wanting to help other people, a lot of this wouldn't have been a reality. So having that respect and appreciation for all of those involved, is really nice to be able to kind of sit here and think about, as, reflecting on my career for the past, 10 years, being in this company and in this community. It's really rewarding. And then, lastly, the sense of relatability that I feel when I'm talking to, whether it be a sperm donor or an egg donor, understanding, what they might be thinking about, questioning how they're going to talk to their family about it, how they're going to, potentially disclose this information to their children in the future, which we definitely recommend. And, going through all of those thoughts and feelings, I feel very much like I can relate to that. And then on the other end of it, those intended parents and those families that we're hoping to help, understanding all of the feelings that they're kind of having and going through, because I've sat across the table and have formed, relationships with the individuals that I donated to, and understand, what a big decision this is for them and their future children. So it feels nice to be able to kind of be able to see things from all those different sides, respect it, have the patience for people to work through those different emotions and feelings that they're going through. Okay. So some advice when you're starting your donor egg journey. I like to always tell people that I'm working with, whether you've known for a long time that you would need to use a gamete donor, or whether this has been more of an unexpected turn in your journey, there's going to be a lot of things that come up for you during this process, a lot of feelings that maybe you anticipated or maybe you didn't anticipate, and all of them are okay. So every feeling that you feel is valid and important, and worthwhile to sit with, because it's a really big decision. And being able to take care of yourself during this process is the most important, right? So when you're doing well, you can help others do well. And so making sure that you're really sitting with those feelings and taking care of yourself is just going to be like the backbone of this journey, because really it's your life, it's your family, and you want to feel like you're ready to take that on. And it's okay to have feelings and opinions. I know a lot of information gets thrown at people, very quickly, and you're probably reading a ton online and doing all of your research, which is so incredibly important. But being able to sit back and, have opinions about how you're going to go through this process is okay. And it's a good thing to feel things and to have those types of opinions because you are, on this journey and it's your journey. And I think at the end of this, it's like what I like to think is, there are people out there that want to help people, whether it's the donor, whether it's your clinicians, whether it's the bank you're using. There are real people behind all of these things, and those people really want to help. And it's cool because it's such a great community to be a part of. It's a small community and it's a great community. There are, lots of people behind you and are ready to support you. You just have to ask for that help, which I know isn't always easy to do, but just know that there are other people that are going to be on the end of that email or on the end of that phone that really want to help you, make your dreams come true. So that's like my tidbit of advice of like when you're thinking this and you're feeling very alone in it and feeling alone in those thoughts, there are people there that would love to help you. Another thing that I love to tell people is disclose to your children early and often. It is, the best thing that you can do is being honest with how your family was created because it's beautiful. And there's some really great resources out there that can help you do that when you're ready to. And then your family, no matter how you build it, is going to be beautiful because it's yours. This picture on the right here is my family. That's my mom and my two sisters and my younger sister. Those are her twins that we're holding. And she had to go through several IUIs to be able to have her twins. And they are just the absolute best. And it's been so fun to be an auntie. And it's just really cool because it wasn't the journey she was expecting to take. She's young, she's healthy. She wasn't expecting to have to go through IUIs to get pregnant, but they did. Her and her husband had to, and they ended up coming away with their two wonderful, wonderful children. And I just love to show that because, yeah, it's a beautiful family. No matter how you build it, at the end, it's a beautiful family, right? So, and then just kind of taking a step back to and looking at not only is your family beautiful because it's your family, but also you know with some explaining and patience, the people who love you are going to find beauty in how you create your family, no matter how you create it, because they love you. And so that's just kind of nobody will think other because you needed some assistance in this journey, whether it's through IUIs or donor egg or donor sperm or whatever you need to do. It's your family, it's beautiful, and the people who love you will also find it beautiful. So that's just a little bit about me, my journey, and then a little bit about how I was able to take that journey and make it the career that I have now, which I hope to continue having for a long time to help, keep serving the people who I would love to keep helping. Thanks, Tanya, for letting me tell my story.
Very well shared. Thank you so much, Kara.
Mhm.
Um, So get started on some information regarding Donor Egg Bank USA's offerings. Um, we have a couple of different options to choose from, and we'll go ahead and start taking a look at what these options are. We like to start talking about our refund plans because they are the plans that give our clients the best reassurance through the journey. Um, when we are receiving phone calls from our clients, um, we know that the end goal is for you to have your baby, and Our live birth guarantee is the plan that does guarantee that, or you're going to get a refund. Um, we know that there's just unpredictability in the journey, and there's a lot of stress when it comes to what happens next. And so our refund plans, most of our clients, most people who apply to participate, I want to say upwards of 95% are gonna be approved to participate in the plan. Um, and it gives you the opportunity of multiple treatment cycles, meaning multiple egg lot opportunities in order to achieve that live birth. Some people will have success the first time, um, and some people are going to have success maybe in the second or third egg lot try. But I can say from my 7 years of working at Donor Egg Bank USA, um, clients are always happy that they made this choice because they were able to focus on the important parts of their journey instead of the logistics of where are we going to pull to figure out how to continue to get treatment and eggs and care and the costs and all of that. It is an investment, and that's an important consideration, but we also work with several programs, and I'll mention those at the end that can offer some assistance with figuring out just the financial aspects so that you can focus on your care and treatment. So both the Assured Refund Plan and Multi-Egg Refund Plan offer this protection of the live birth guarantee. You also have an opportunity to remove yourself from the plan should you desire to discontinue your participation. Um, but again, the majority of our clients, again, upwards of 90% are going to have success in bringing home their baby. So we encourage you to call our team so that you can get more information that's specific to you so that we can help you with moving forward. So the other plans that we offer are going to include our single cycle, which is going to include an egg lot and treatment for one cycle. Um, This is beneficial, especially for those who don't have fertility coverage. So, for your treatments, the thawing, fertilization, and embryo transfer, this plan includes that as a package, and you're going to receive a slight discount both on the eggs and the procedures. And so to find out if your clinic does participate with this, you would need to, give us a call, a chat, an email, and we can confirm if this is an option for you, if you're interested in perhaps maybe giving it one try only. Um, but these plans all come with a blastocyst guarantee. Previously, we talked about our refund plans that provide you with the live birth guarantee. Um, these plans will provide with a blastocyst opportunity for transfer. In the event that you don't have a blastocyst of quality that your clinic would transfer it, freeze it, or biopsy it, then they should request a replacement on your behalf and you'd be able to choose another egg lot to try again. So wonderful protection, blastocyst stage of development, and we are relying on your clinic to let us know that, if that it has met our quality guarantee, and if it has not, they'll be requesting a replacement on your behalf. Um, Also, just to let people know, we do work with a few partners such as Progeny. Um, some of you may have Progeny insurance, and just so you know, we do participate with them. They're actually the only insurance company we work with, and you can benefit from a single egg lot through your Progeny insurance. We also work with Carrot and Start Club. So be sure if that is something that you have as a benefit to mention it so that we can get that in your account and you can benefit from those savings. Contact us by calling 855 344 2265. You can send us an email or you can even chat us if you have questions about the process, about cost, even about our donors and screening. Kara provided us with so much wonderful information. We're here, we're happy to assist, and we want to make sure that everyone feels confident in moving forward. And that I think that's something that you mentioned, Kara, as well, just, feeling the confidence of being able to move forward. So we appreciate your participation today. Thank you so much again, Kara, for sharing your story with us.
Yeah,
And
thank you for having me, Tanya. And yeah, I'll second that. Tanya's team of family building consultants are so wonderful. So if you ever have questions, please contact us. And I'm happy to drop my information too for the genetics department. If you ever have any questions about screening, genetic testing, family histories, anything like that, you can always contact us.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day.